Hi everyone, welcome back to Box Delights. Today we're playing Deckers. This is a pre-production sample, so it's not the final version. It's going to be very similar, it may be identical, but I know the team is still tweaking with some of the stuff, like the standees and probably the configuration of the inserts, but what you're looking at is pretty much near final. But like I say, a sample. What I'm going to do for you today is just give you a playthrough. We're not going to learn the rules per se, we're just going to have a look at the game and see how this sets up and plays. I'm going to play solo. I'm going to set up randomly today. I might actually use one of the variants, which is the packet tokens, which is new in this version of the game. Packet tokens come with their own reference cards, so I'll get those ready. I'm not sure which colour I'll play. I'll play purple. Here's Lako's tuck box. Every player has a deck of 15 cards. The configurations are all different for each colour of profile. We'll grab her player pieces. So there's a standee, a ghost token, and we need the dice. Everything fits really neatly in this box. There's plenty of room for sleeved cards in these tuck boxes. Let's see, which SMC should we play? Maybe we'll play an 2.0, something 2.0. Let's shuffle. Okay, so we have Spider 2.0. So we've got special rules for Spider and special rules for 2.0. Okay, and also some special setup instructions for both Spider and the upgraded version. So you can put 2.0 next to any SMC, just upgrades that, adds a star to it. So Spider now, instead of being a 2-star is a 3-star, so a little bit more difficult. We're going to need 1 copper, 1 silver, 1 gold, plus 1 additional gold, which will be one of the 4 Mother's Ghost special gold 2.x. There's a 2.1 as well. All right. So we'll give those a shuffle up. We'll select 1 at random. Let's go back in the box, and then we'll need 1 gold. Again, we'll choose 1 at random. So we've got Tempest for our extra card. We've got Flash Flood as our gold. For silver, give it a shuffle. We're going to take Reductor Reboot. Interesting. It's quite an advanced one. And then for copper, we've got Clockwork Plague. Wow. Okay. Right. That's our mission. Okay. Let's get set up. So we'll shuffle the advanced command deck. We'll shuffle our deck of 15 cards. Place this to the left of your profile. Take these. We will need Mother's Ghost, his Spider, and the upgrade. So these are your setup cards, and we're going to configure our network. Be mindful of your SMC when you're setting up. The Spider is going to be particularly tricky because we've chosen to play a purple profile, but I like that. I like that. So we're going to place 1 spark on each space on the purple server, and then 1 spark on each odd number space on our home server, which will also be purple. So yeah, Spider's going to be a little more tricky with purple. So I recommend when you're playing, just bear in mind that playing purple is more advanced. Okay, let's see what this network is going to look like for our game. Start with yellow, then purple. Okay, so this is our home server. Let's put it in the middle. Oh, one way up. Let's put it here. Okay, next, green. I kind of want put green here. Okay, next up blue, and then red. So we put blue here. And maybe we can put red in here like this. I think this is fine. Now our starting pieces. Now Leiko has a special setup. Her starting type is chosen during setup. So you can choose any of the basic colours, red, yellow, green or blue. I'm going to choose red. I'm going to place one here as a little reminder. So she's going to start here on purple with a red token. Now we also need to follow the setup instructions on Spider, which says 1 spark on each space on purple, and then on each odd numbered space on our home server. The trick with Spider is if you find you're losing because you run out of sparks, and if you have to place a spark and there's none left, you lose the game. One trick is to create guardians from sparks and do it purposely by pushing these around, shifting them, and then you'll end up with 3 back in the supply, and that's going to be particularly helpful as we head into gold. Now, as for our blues, I think because of Flash Flood, I'm going to put 3 on my home server, and I think possibly 1 on the 5 here. Maybe on the 5's fine. Right, let's create our markets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that looks okay. And let's draw a starting hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we get. We have Sabotage, Infiltrate, Data Scan, Black Hat, which is our specialist card, and Focus. Okay. Now let's do this packet setup. Now this is completely optional, so you don't have to do this, but it just spices things up a little bit. So we take our 10 packet tokens, we shuffle them, and we place 1 on every space 2 and every space 5. Okay. We're going to put a spark on every space that has 1, that doesn't already have a spark, so we don't place 1 here. Now if you run out of sparks at this point, you don't lose the game, you just take 1 from any other space. Okay, so adding these will make setup a little bit harder, or significantly harder, but these packet tokens will afford you some benefits at the same time. We flip them face up so we can see what's where. I did have a variant where you kept them all face down, but one of the things about Deckers is that you're able to plan ahead, and having things on the network that you can't see, you don't know what they are, actually made things worse rather than better. And it seemed like a good idea to have them face down, that they were hidden, but it just meant I wasn't able to use them when I was playing. I tended to avoid them rather than exploit them. So yeah, see them as little things that you can exploit. In fact, one of them is called that very name, exploits. Okay, we'll learn about these as we get into the game. There we are then. Right, let's think about what I'm going to do with my turn. Now remember, we don't place new sparks during first turn of the game. Oh, I've got one missing. There should be one. Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do is start. It doesn't help that I've got two alerts next to me. So let me tell you about alerts. First off, packet tokens are built into the network. They're not considered player pieces, they're not considered SMC pieces. So if a Guardian forms, it normally deletes all pieces from its space, it doesn't delete packet tokens. Next thing is, if we end an action on a space where a packet token is, then we must pick it up, that's mandatory. And what it does depends on which cycle we're in. We're currently in copper, so an alert says immediately place one spark on your avatar space, then reposition the alert. Now you can avoid it by using your ghost instead. So alert is not triggered by your ghost. Special rule. So that's possibly some way of getting around it. I mean, I really like to build a green installation as soon as possible so that I can control my home server with my ghost. But obviously too, I must stay focused on my objective, which is to get at least two more, I think that's pretty straightforward, get two more red programs on my server, on the purple server. Right, maybe I'll start by changing data scan for read request intercept. So I've got blue and purple, which I can call blue and blue, which means I can buy this, it costs blue and blue. Get read request intercept. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 4 red plus this, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, possibly another. Yeah, I think I'm going to use read request intercept straight away. So for its execute effect, put this card plus up to 2 others from my hand on the bottom of my deck and then draw the same amount, so draw 3. Okay, 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see, what can I do with this? Yeah, the market's not really working for me. I do have Nootropic Bloom, which might help. I could pay Data Steal and Focus. It's an interesting use of my cards. I mean, I've got 3 green, but I can't upload here because there's a spark here. I could push it away, I could potentially try and infect it, but I don't have enough red. Just wondering whether I could do something a bit sneaky, which is buy Digital Tattoo with Focus. 2 green is enough to pay this cost. And then Digital Tattoo says when you play this card as part of an upgrade action, which is what this is, buying here, it also generates 1 purple. So that's green purple. With green purple, I could buy either of these because they both cost green and blue. So Neural Splash lets me place 3 greens anywhere on open spaces. So Neural Splash is good. I could get all the green I need. Of course, it also puts 2 black on my space. I've got an idea. The other option was I could have just bought this one, Nootropic Bloom. So I've effectively turned 2 greens into this purple using that combo. And that would let me flip one of these to a green. So I've got 1 green. But I could be smart. I could be smarter and buy. Yeah, so with green and blue, if you discard an advanced card, it goes back in the market. It doesn't get removed from the game. So I might buy Neural Splash. Then I can use Black Hat to shift this away, to say here, which creates a Guardian, which I think is fine. Note these are double-sided. Okay, this is a white Guardian, this is a black Guardian. Same for sparks, a white spark and a black spark. Alright, the thing about Spider is she tends not to exploit Guardians. They all just get kind of ignored, those spaces. But now I can do Neural Splash. So place two sparks, black sparks on my space. 1, 2. And then 1 green polygon up to 3 open spaces anywhere on the network. Okay, so 3 on open spaces. So something like here, here, and here. Or here, here, and here. Or even here, here, and here might be quite nice. Problem is, I don't like this alert here. Maybe that's not the place to put these. I was thinking about putting a green installation here, but I've got an alert here. I could put it here, but I now have a Guardian here. It's possible I place it here, but it's going to take a bit more work. Maybe that's where it should go. Maybe I'll put 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And then I can shift twice. I could even do an effect here, but it's risky. Let's shift twice. So with 2 green, I can shift twice. 1, 2, and I've got 1 more green card. It's probably in my next hand. It could be my last one. Shift, shift. Yeah, let's do this. Shift, shift. So that's 2 remote shifts. You can shift a green anywhere. Then I might save this card. Use my red. Or do I use my blue and save my red? I might just save my red. Let's use 1 to move. Oh, hang on. Yeah, let's use 1 to move. We'll save this. We'll draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got some yellow, a couple of blue. Okay, there's bypass and Black Hat. That's what I needed. Okay, so I've got 6 cards for next time. Then we restock the upgrade area. So this is your sequence of play. Start of turn, new sparks, then do your command actions, which we've just done 3 times. Resolve end of turn effects, there are none. Draw 5 cards, we've just done, and then restock the upgrade area. Okay, so restock, we just fill the empty spaces. We've got Magnetic Pulse and Livewire Voodoo. Oh, I love Magnetic Pulse. Livewire Voodoo might be useful later on in the game. Okay. Start of turn effects, there are none. New sparks. So for Spider, it's just 1. Just 1 spark. Now Spider tells us we don't roll the space die, the black die. We just roll the server, see which server this happens on. 2.0 says instead of rolling this multiple times, so if we had to, when we come to silver, when we've got our 2 sparks, we don't roll this multiple times. Once for each spark, we roll it once and both sparks go on the same server. So that's what makes 2.0 harder. But as it goes, we're placing 1 on the green, and it goes for Spider, the lowest space with the fewest, so space 1. Oh, black side. I'd love to get Magnetic Pulse if I can, and I've got a way. Any 3 commands are wild. So with 3 commands, 3 yellow, I can turn that into a wild, which I can make green, make any color, which means I can buy Digital Tattoo. I sacrifice 1 card, that's out of the game. That's discarded. This one comes to my hand. Digital Tattoo provides a green and a purple if I'm using it upgrade. So I can use bypass and Digital Tattoo for green, green, and then wild, which means I can pay the cost of this one. I sacrifice a card from my hand. Let's sacrifice bypass, that's out of the game. This is discarded. And now I've got Magnetic Pulse. Okay, that's neat. I think I'm just going to have to use it this time to shift. Yeah, let's see if this works. So I'm going to use Magnetic Pulse for its three green commands. So green, purple, purple, green, green, green. The first shift I want to do is this one, which creates a Guardian here. Remember, packet tokens don't get removed by Guardians. I've got 2 shifts left, but I can only use one of them, I think, which is going to be to shift this in here. Yeah. Then I'm going to use Black Hat with its 1 wild to install, to turn these 3 greens into a green installation. I've got 2 blues and a red left, which I can use as a wild, but I've kind of dug myself into a bit of a hole here. I think I've tried to do too much, but I've got enough to put 3 more out. But what I've realised is, I was thinking I could wild and shift this here, turn that into a Guardian. But then this space, remember I need to get 3 red on 3 different spaces. I've got a Guardian here, Guardian here, Guardian here. That means my 3 red have to be here, 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 and here. If I put one here, it's surrounded. This one's safe. This one is already being attacked by 2 sparks. I kind of feel like I need to get these blue pieces safe. I can't put them here because they'll just get removed by Spider. If they stay here, Spider's killing them all. Oh no, this space is empty. I might just move them back here out of the way, and I can do that. Maybe I'll save this red card. Let's save this red card in my hand. Let's use 2 blue, so I can ghost from here to here. Spend my 2 move to move with my ghost 1, and then 2. I actually end my turn here, which means I pick up the exploits. I'm going to take the card, take the token, put that in my play area, remove my ghost. And in my action here, I think that works. Resolve end of turn effects. So does Spider surround anything? No, this one's safe, this one's safe. These 2 are safe because of this empty space. This is a spend effect. Okay, it says spend. So I can spend this on my turn. I could potentially spend it now with this card, but I might wait. Yeah, I'll wait and see what comes up next time. You have to play a command card with this. You can't play it on its own. Let's restock the upgrade area. So we get Carbon Clone and Reset Spark. Alright, so I've got 6 cards for next turn. So the reds that I saved, and I've got a yellow and a Black Hat. I'm not sure I've left enough to sort things out. Alright, let's add start a turn effects. None. Spawn new sparks. Let's see where this one's going. It's going on blue, which means it's going up here. Okay. Well, I can upload one here, but actually, I might just buy Reset Spark first. So let's play 3. I'll sacrifice Apprentice, discard Infiltrate, and take Reset Spark to my hand. And now I've actually just spotted an exploit. I'm going to sacrifice Reroute. Yellow and purple will pay the cost of yellow and yellow and buy Carbon Clone. Okay, this is a bit of an exploit, but I'm going to play read request intercept for its purple. I'm going to use this exploit, so I'm going to spend this. Now, exploit says, spend during your turn any one command card you play to pay for an action generates an additional 3 purple commands. So that's blue and 4 purples. Now, a discarded token is just placed face down, like so. So blue and 4 purples. With 4 purples, I'm going to do some shifting with my ghost, and I can reposition my ghost between every shift on my server. So shift number 1, well, let's get rid of this up here. Shift number 2, let's get rid of this up here. Shift number 3, let's get rid of this over here. Okay, that creates a guardian. I've got one more shift left. It has to be on this server. I can't help this guy out, or indeed this one. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have left that blue hanging over here. Definitely not that one. I think I'm going to shift this one over here. I don't want to create any more guardians. That's my 4 purple. Now, I could have carbon cloned that and doubled it to 8, but I don't need to. I might be able to save my pieces. I'm going to use these 3 to upload here a red. In fact, I don't need to use these 3. I can carbon clone this one and do it. So this one will generate 4 red. Now I've got these 2 cards left. And I can use this one to upload a red here. And then I have this card left, 1 wild. With this, I can actually move up here for free and then take 1 movement back down to here. Yeah. I think we're still safe everywhere. So, can't draw, end of turn. Yeah, we're not surrounded anywhere. This one's now good. These 2 are next to safe spaces. These 2 are, yeah, I think we're good. I think we might do, just move that one over here with this move. Get 2 on this space. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Wow, okay, so you can see how, let's restock, the packet tokens can really hurt during setup, but you start to feel the benefit after a while. I mean, they have limited my movement in here, which is why I was so keen to get a green installation down. Okay, SMC attacks. So anything where a red is sharing a space with a black, or a black with anything else. So no reds, but this spark's going to delete this. And that's the only place. Yeah, so I do lose my blue. All right, let's resolve our objective. So, have at least 1 red program on at least 3 different spaces, 1, 2, 3, on each Decker's home server. That's us. All right, success is ours. Great work. Our viruses kept her occupied so we could install a mod and stay on the offense. Okay, it's 1 yellow installation anywhere on the network. And I think I'd quite like to place it on my home server still, but perhaps near the yellow server because of reduction reboot. That might be helpful. We'll see. Yeah, that's where we're placing it. Now, Spider ignores the movement arrows, so we skip these and we move straight to the refresh phase. Wonderful. Okay, now we didn't have to succeed that. If we didn't succeed, no consequence really, we just follow the fail text. Okay. But obviously succeeding means we get a benefit. We get a little bonus here, which is a yellow installation. Now refresh phase, it's got a couple of steps. We have, first thing is, well, we get rid of our current objective, revealing the next, which is our silver one. But then we look at the market, the upgrade area. We can, if we wish, clear it, or we can leave it as it is. I'm going to choose to clear it. Now, if you clear it, you have to clear everything. You can't just clear some of it. Right, so to clear it, you just take them, shuffle them up, stick them on the bottom of the deck, and then refresh. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. We then reshuffle our discard. So that should be 15 cards. Remember, in this game, you've always got 15 cards in your deck. Okay, in your deck, your hand, and your discard pile. And then we draw 5 cards ready for next time. Okay. Spider's going to be putting quite a bit more pressure on us now, because in this cycle we've got 2 sparks coming out each turn. We start with the intel phase, which basically means we get to read our objective for this turn. So the goal is the sum of all the numbers of spaces that contain at least one program matching their color must equal, and in solo that's 18. So what that means is at the moment 0. So I've controlled everything so that my programs are all on purple. None of these match purple, right? No, I don't have any purple programs. Now I could, because there's a tag team packet token up here, which means if I go here, I actually flip over and I tag team in Rupert Stans, and Rupert can deploy purple programs. Lako can't. So I could tag team in Rupert Stans if I wanted. You just flip this over, the ghost token, flip this over, get the other standee, and he takes her place. Or I could just shift things around. So for example, this red one, if I shifted it over here, now I've got a red program on a red server, space number 6. My total is 6. So the cheapest way of doing this is to put a red here, a yellow here, and then maybe a green or a blue here. And that would be 6, 6, 6. That's 18, right? That gives me my total. The other way I might do it, and this is what I'm thinking actually, is push that one over here. That's 6. Then get a yellow here, here, and here. So that's 6 plus 6 plus 5 plus 1. That's 18. So I'm thinking I might do it that way. Right, so that's reductor reboots. Okay. But Intel phase, we also redeploy packet tokens. So this one that's in the supply goes on a random space. So to get a random space, you roll your dice, and we've rolled red 4. So this goes into red 4, face up. So there's an exploit there, which isn't far away from where it was last time. Right, no start of turn effects, so it's going to be spawning new sparks. It's 2 sparks, and Spider says you don't roll the space die, and 2.0 says you only roll this once. Let's see where these two go. Green. Okay, so spaces with the fewest and lowest numbers, so 3 and 4 are getting 1 each. And this is why you've got to be careful with Spider. Keep enough sparks in the supply to keep the game running. If I want to go green, there's actually a card that helps me here, Neural Splash. Place 2 sparks on my current space, and then I can place 1 green program on 3 different open spaces and then on the network. So I could go doink, doink, doink up here, but Spider's just guarded those spaces. Otherwise, that would have been 5, 8, that would have been 12 right there. So I could have got 12 here and then a 6. That would have done it. Yeah, Spider blew that plan. But then I have Psionic Scatter here as well, which lets me relocate any number of green anywhere on the network to an adjacent space. So I could put 3 up here and then relocate them. So that would let me get a 6 on green easy enough. But I got a feeling yellow might be easier, but I do have to fight these sparks. What else do we have? We've got Adrenaline Surge. If I use this as part of an upload, I get an additional 1. And then I've got Ping Nexus, which lets me break an installation into its constituent parts. So I could break this into 3 yellows. I could break this into 3 greens. But I don't think I need to do that. That's pinging an installation that way is kind of an act of desperation. Neural Splash is tempting, because that would make this easy if I can deal with, well, I kind of can, because I can just shift them away. It is an option, you know. I could start with black hatting this down here. Okay, so that's 1 shift. Done. That's 6. Next, I might just go for the yellows, you know. Let's fight the yellows. I think that might be easier. I don't need to carbon clone. 1, 2, 3. 3 yellows. 3 yellow commands. Lets me put 3 yellows. I'm ghosting my action to here, from here to here. Putting 3 yellows down here. 1, 2, 3. The yellow installation lets me upload where there are sparks, and also it only costs 1 to upload where you have a yellow installation. I need to keep an eye and make sure nothing's surrounded. We're okay at the minute. And one option is actually to go 651 here and just 6 here. So I could use Sabotage to do a modify action. To do a modify, you have to have more yellows than there are blacks, unless you've got a yellow on your server, in which case same number will be enough. You remove a yellow and a black. So this is the yellow. You need a yellow command and then replace it with this color. So I'm replacing this with a red. That's a modify action. I'll save this one. Draw back up. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, spider's not killing anyone. Just make sure. No, I think we're good. Okay, a nice mixture of commands. Ghost comes off. Okay, let's spawn again. Let's see where the next 2 go. I will have to get rid of some sparks, you see. I've got enough. I've got 3 rounds of 3. That's 9, and then 2 rounds of 2 left. That takes it 13. I think there's 13 in there, but let's see. Purple. Okay, 2 on purple. So 1 here, and then 1 here. No, this is still safe. This is still safe. Yep, these are still safe. But spider does like to close in on you. Okay, well, we're going to modify again. So let's use diversion for 2 yellow. So remember, yellow command. Remove a black and a yellow and replace it with the other command, which was a yellow. So yellow goes back. So for 2 yellows, I just get rid of a black. Might be time to trade in Digital Tattoo for something like Sonic Scatter or Adrenaline Surge. I have to think about my next mission as well, which is Flash Flood. Which is why blues are good. Blues and purples. Well, I could get Neural Splash from Digital Tattoo. It'll give me another blue. So I think I'll do that. So blue plus a purple from Digital Tattoos lets me take Neural Splash. And then I could modify, I could get another blue. I could Neural Splash. I could even go green then. Neural splash. Place. I could ghost, say here. Place 2 sparks on my space. To place one on up to 3 different open spaces. So anything around the outside. So I could go 1, 2, 3. Do you see how useful getting this green installation here right at the beginning was? I'm able to control everything from here. All right, a lot of the activity is around purple, and you've got to find ways to reach out. But it's only as good as when you don't have to reach out. I mean, flash flood is going to be hard unless I can stonk off enough commands. If I can get read request intercept out early, at the moment I didn't, so I can't take advantage of it. But if I can get read request intercept out early on my next turn, that will really help me with flash flood. But for now, I think I'm going to ghost back up here. And I'm going to use purple as yellow, blue as blue to do another modify. As I say, the installation is helping me here, because if I have a yellow installation on my server, I only need as many yellows as blacks, not more than. So I remove a yellow and remove a black. I used a yellow command and a blue command, so I put a blue program back. And I could modify this to a green now if I wanted to. What I might do is save this, save infiltrate, play memory steal. It's green and purple. Oh, I could modify. But have I got enough to deal with these 3? No, I'm going to use it for 2 shifts. So remote shifting, I can push anything off a space that has a green on it. So I can push this over here, and I can push this here. My padlock token, by the way, is a password. So if I grab this, I can treat any 2 spaces if they contain a blue program during silver. So password might be helpful for flash flood, but during gold it only counts as 1 space. In copper it's 3. So these things get weaker as you go on, these packet tokens. At the moment we are succeeding because we've got 5, 9, 12, 6, we've got 18, but this one is going to get deleted by this. So we are succeeding, but we've got to get rid of that spark. So we don't need that yellow. Right, let's draw. So here's our hand. Yeah, I really want read request intercept to come out soon, so you can manipulate your hand how you want to. Upgrade area still as it is. Nothing's surrounded, right? Everything's still safe. Yeah, okay, let's roll. Final turn. It's blue, so 3 on blue. Oh no, 2 on blue, sorry. So that's 3 and 6. So blue is completely filled. All right, let's see if we can do something about that first. I don't have to. I could let it go and put a 4 somewhere else, but there's a 4 here. There's a yellow 4 here. Now it'll be easier just to get rid of that one. In that case, yeah, I'll just use neural splash for its green command and use that to push that here. Okay, now I've got my 18 and they're all safe. Now, I have to be a bit cautious here because silver can be a bit mean. It can put at least 6, 1, 2, 3, can put at least 6 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, and then 2 next time. So we're okay at the minute. We're okay at the minute. But even if we put 6 out, we've then got to put 3 out next time. So we need at least 9 in our supply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're 1 short. But not just that. So yeah, I like to keep a buffer of at least 9 moving into a new. Because until you see the back of this, you don't know what's going to happen, right? So be prepared for at least 6 to come out in silver, plus what you've got to place at the start of your next turn, which is 9. I've only got 8, plus there's a battle going on here and a battle going on here. So I need to get rid of those, really. So let's think, how am I going to do that? Yeah, that should be my focus, getting rid of these two to protect my programs. Well, this one I can deal with because I can ghost my action here and do a modify. And I think request intercept will be smashing. So I can treat that as a yellow and a blue. Remember, we've got an installation, so I need as many yellows as blacks. Remove both of those and place a blue. Okay, so we're actually in a safe space now. I think we've got a good enough buffer in our supply. But I would like to think about saving this as well. Otherwise, I'm leaving it to the dice. This one's got a +1 because it's got a guardian next to it. So at the moment, this is 2 against 1. Now, I could be a bit cheeky here and use 3 commands. There's 4, but 3 as wild and shift. So I ghost here, shift that here, which creates a guardian. All right, so my supply is kind of full of sparks, but I'm down to just 1 guardian. Remember, guardians don't delete packet tokens. But then I can be doubly cheeky and use magnetic pulse. Let's say here. Let's ghost my action here, still on my server, and use magnetic pulse, which says relocate an installation or a guardian from anywhere on the network to your space. So I could relocate this one to here, which deletes everything on that space apart from packets. So that guardian deletes that guardian. My ghost is removed. And then I could even get rid of 1 more. But do I want to? I think I do. Just checking if there's anything else. No, I think I'm going to do it. I've got a feeling I might regret it, but I don't like this alert here with this guardian. So I'm going to ghost my action here. I'm going to take the execute effect, remove all sparks, or replace a guardian with a spark. I'm going to do that. So at least I've got a bit more capacity, although I'm using up another spark. Good. I think we've protected everything. These up here are a little vulnerable, but we're good. All right. End of turn. SMC attack phase. We don't have any reds and blacks together. We don't have any blacks, any sparks on spaces where we are. My ghost should be off. Yeah. Nothing's getting killed. Right, we've done a great job of protecting, and Spider hasn't surrounded anything. Yeah, we're all good. Okay, so let's resolve our objective. The sum of the numbers of all spaces that contain at least 1 program of the matching color must equal 18. 6, 11, 15, 18. No blues, no yellows. Yeah, that's it. 18. Success. Right. On the active Deckers home server, yeah, and this is why it's painful being purple. Place 1 spark on each space without any guardians or programs matching that server. Yeah, so maybe the tag team with Rupert would have been a good call. But we got 5. 1, 2, there's a guardian here. 3, 4, 5. It would have been 1 less if we'd left that guardian there, but we're okay. We got enough to start gold. Yeah, so that could have placed 6 easy. So always be cautious about silver. All right, make sure you've got, well, if you're placing 3 next time, you've got to make sure you've got at least 9 in the supply going into silver, even if you succeed. Okay, all right, we've successfully completed that. We ignore move sparks because we're playing Spider. Refresh, let's clear the market. I think we do. We could have kept it, but I think we'll clear it. Two, there we go. 3, 4. All right, I like those. They're good. Right, let's reshuffle up and redraw. We're moving into gold now. We've got Flash Flood. Flash Flood can be tricky, but I've got quite a lot of blues out here. So we will see. We will see. We've got to deal with these sparks. I think that's going to be our biggest problem. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our hand for next time. Let's have a look at our objective. So here's Flash Flood. Have at least one. X is 1. X is the number of deckers. So 1 blue on this card. Okay, 1 blue program. How do you get blue programs on this card? If an active to decker, so that's us, starts and ends a move action on their entry space, which is purple 6, whilst passing through space 6 on 3 other servers, then we put 1 blue program from the network on this card. Okay, so we've got to make that movement from here through 3 other space 6s. So we can choose which ones. So it might be this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Yeah, so we've got to decide which route we want to take. First though, it also says during each start of turn step, place 1 spark on the active decker's entry space. So we've got to contend with this Flash Flood as well. And our pieces are a little bit short, so luckily we were entry space here. Luckily we had enough. Now that's dangerous. Flash Flood can be dangerous coming up on Spider because, particularly after this silver, I mean, Reduct and Reboot added 5. And 6 is the most a silver countermeasure can add. I think there's one that adds none. I think there might be 1 or 2 that add 1. Most of them add 3, but there's a whole bunch that also can add up to 6. So you've got to be really careful with silver. As you get to know them, you'll know how to mitigate these. I mean, I would also say, as you're learning the game, if you want to have a sneaky peek at the back and see what the success and fail event's going to do, go ahead and do that, right? Particularly as you're learning. I mean, it's meant to be a bit of a surprise, but you may feel a little bit cheated if you didn't realise. And if you're that way inclined, then do have a peek. You know, if you prefer it to be deterministic, have a peek. If you want to know exactly what success and failure means for these countermeasures. But yeah, with Flash Flood coming up, with 6 getting added by silver, 3 by Spider, 1 from Flash, that's 10. That's 10 coming out before I've had much chance to do anything about it. So you do want to keep a good supply here. Speaking of which, we're going to add 3 right away. So we do have to fight these sparks. I mean, that's the main event. You don't have to complete these. I mean, failure is more painful. Okay, now for Reduct and Reboot, actually failure is this gets cleared away and you have to restart silver. Okay, but it's absolutely possible for the silver response, the SMC fighting back, to end your game for you. Also, next time, this is going to blow up because start a turn step, we place 1 here. This is going to turn into a Guardian. That's going to delete everything here. I really need to focus on those. But yeah, I've got a lot to do this turn. Let's see where Spider places their sparks. It does kind of feel like the game's getting a little bit away from us. We'll see. Yellow. Okay, actually that's a good roll. That's good. Now remember too, for 2.0, in gold cycles, which is where we are right now, all sparks placed during this step are placed as white sparks. So, and on yellow it doesn't matter too much because I'm placing 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and there aren't any of my programs here to capture. White sparks, if they were placed here, for example, it would capture one of my programs. I get to choose which, okay, but it would capture it, and I've lost a blue. Do you see? Yellow. Okay, we're pretty safe there. Okay, got a lot of work to do all the same. I'm kind of interested in clearing some of this out. I really need to. We're going to add 4 next time. I've only got 2 in supply. And the market's not really working. I do have read request intercept, so I could use this. Possibly push Neural Splash with its blue back to the bottom. Because remember, I'm going to need blue to do the flash flood. If I get to the end of turn step, you'll notice this is completely surrounded. I've really got to clear this. I've got to try and do some work here. I think I'm going to read request intercept. Let's push these 2 to the bottom of my deck. Draw 2 more. I've got reset spark and diversion. Okay. Well, with diversion, I can buy deception spikes. Let's do that straight away. And I think I'm also tempted to push out memory steal for DNI reboots. Yep. Okay. Red cards are going to be good to me next time. Remember, I've got to succeed at Flash Flood. You have to beat gold ones, okay? Otherwise you lose. If I fail at this, it's game over, you've lost. If I succeed, it says I've won, unless I'm playing against an upgraded SMC, in which case I have to move on and defeat Tempest. Now, Tempest is going to place Mother's Ghost on my space where my avatar is and clear that out. So I've got to think about where my avatar is at the end of the 3rd turn here as well. It's a lot to think about playing 2.0. However, the first thing I'm going to do is use DNI Reboot's reveal effect. Once per turn, this is just a reveal. This stays in my hand, okay, so I can use it for its commands, but once per turn I can reveal it, and it says, put any number of cards from the upgrade area to the bottom of the upgrade deck and then restock. So let's do that. Let's reveal this once per turn. And that's important that it's once per turn, because if I decide not to use this card this turn and hold on to it, I can use its reveal effect again next turn. So I want to keep Hologate, but I don't want digital tattoos. Let's push that away. Restock. Microbionics is good. Duality less so. Emit EMP is good. Okay, Emit EMP is good. So let's grab it. Let's switch out Sabotage for Emit EMP. Costs 2 red. I paid a red and a purple. Yeah, I don't think I want Microbionics. Microbionics will allow me to clear out purple, but it just lets me redistribute them. So it's not putting them back in the supply. I need more in the supply right now. All right, let's play Magnetic Pulse. I'm going to ghost to here. I'm going to pull this Guardian here, which deletes these 2. Now I've got the 4 I need to keep surviving. Remember, gold's not going to add any more, so that's a little bit of a saviour. It's really only silver that's punishing. Okay, remove this. Now I'm going to do Deception Spike. Remove a spike from my space and then place a yellow there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that here. So remove the spark, place a yellow. Then I think I'm going to use DNI Reboots. I'm actually going to spend it for 2 purple and use that as a yellow and a red, I think. Yellow and red or yellow and blue. Let's call it yellow and blue. I'm going to modify here to a blue. Do you know what? Let's change that. Let's, rather than yellow blue, let's make it yellow yellow and put another yellow back, because if they place another spark, which they're going to do, they're going to place another spark here. I can at least then modify it one more time. Yeah. Now I might do an infect action here. And at the moment it's 1 versus 1. There's no longer a Guardian adjacent. So 1 versus 1, but I can add 2 here, then it's 3 versus 1. I'm still not that keen on the odds. I could use this one, then it's 6 versus 1. I like those odds a lot better. Let's do that. Right, we're infecting here, and we're using emit EMP. So this one says, when played as part of infect action and you succeed, remove all sparks from one space adjacent to the infected space. So if I succeed, I can get rid of these 2 as well. 6 against 1. Mine is the red die. Let's see how we do. Should be good. Yeah, no problem. Okay, so I've got 11, they've got 3. Overwhelming. We can remove this, and we can remove these 2 as well. Okay, that's better. Now my supply of sparks is looking a lot healthier. Beautiful. I haven't saved the card though, that's the downside. Right, let's draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we've got, I've got all of our blue here. Yeah, I forgot I had 2 neural splashes, don't I? Alright, a lot of blue. Maybe I have to do this time. Restock, digital tattoo. Flash Flood's placing a spark here. This is start of turn step. So in this special rule, this only applies to the spawn step. Right. So let's see where they go. Yellow again. Okay. Right, fair. So they're going to go. I'll put 1 back where I just got it from. 1, 2, 6, and then 1 again. Oh, they've put 2 back here. I mean, I think it's okay. It just means I can't carry programs through here because I'll just get captured. So these are kind of acting like a wall of defenders right now. At least no one's still surrounded. Yeah, everything's still. So Spider's web is still not capturing anything because we cleared this, but I don't like this. Okay, let's see, what can we do? I don't think I've got enough. Carbon Clone hasn't come out. Yeah, these blues are unfortunately placed. Not really that happy with the way these blues have come out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've only got 5 blue. Also, Hollow Gates. I was thinking it was going to help me with Flash Flood, but it's not. Relocate your avatar plus any number of programs and sparks from your space directly to any other space. Does not count as a move action. And this explicitly says and when we complete a move action. So actually Hologate's not helping me. No. I mean, it will, no. And I've got to spend blue to get it. I mean, that's one thing. I could condense all of these cards into Hologate and save that for next turn. So I could do that. I might have to just modify that. Yeah, this is a dreadful hand. What I'm actually thinking is use these 2 as a yellow and a blue to modify this into a blue, right? Which is what I was thinking last time. Now I can use this blue to put a blue installation here. Okay. Remember, I'm ghosting this to do that. Do I just do an infect somewhere? Let the luck serve me right. Possibly. We infect here, so I've got 3 versus 1. Actually, it's 3 versus 2. Not great odds. But I'm using a card that I couldn't otherwise use. The other option I was use this one. Yeah, I think I'll do the infect and save the 2 blue. I don't really know what Spider's going to do. Let's just try and get rid of this. Okay, so it's 1, 2 versus 1, 2, 3. 2 versus 3. It may not work. It may not work. I mean, I could have moved and gone and got something like this. Interference, which prevents the placement of a spark. I mean, silver interference will allow you to skip a whole spawn step, which is really nice. Yeah, the exploit here is only worth 1 purple in gold. But let's see. 3 versus 2. Oof. It's 3-3. So they've got 1, 2. They've got 5. We've got 6. We've just done it. All right. So we've just done it. We've deleted 1 more spark. Okay. Remember, our ghost doesn't trigger this alert. Right, nothing's surrounded still. So let's draw. We've got a bunch of blue, some purple. I think we need 6 or 7 here. Let's see. Maybe 6. Maybe get away with 6. We'll see. But I'm using most of my hand. Oh, I've got carbon clone. So that does help. So that becomes 4 blue. 4, 5, 6. We might be able to do, which is these. Let's see. All right, for now, start of turn. Yeah, Flash Flood with Spider is tough. Just because of the number of sparks that are coming out each time. Let's see where they go. Please don't be purple. It's blue. It's blue. That's up here. Okay, well, I think we're good here. But again, we're down to just 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, again, safe. All my programs are on purple, so there's a 1 in 3 chance it would hit purple, because if they roll white, it hits purple. If they roll purple, it's purple. So I'm playing with the odds here a little bit, but I feel kind of, I've got enough programs out here that they're not going to interfere too much. Installations are safe. Yeah, if they'd have captured this one, that would have been bad. But they wouldn't have done. They'd have gone 1, 2, 5. So they would have captured, say, this one, and then this one captures nothing. So even if it had hit purple, it wasn't that bad as it goes. Okay. Can we do this journey, or do I have to shuffle things around a little bit first? I think we can do it in 6. So we start with our ghost here. So Flash Flood doesn't mind if it's your, it just says anytime the active decker starts and ends a move action. It doesn't have to be with your avatar, it can be with your ghost. So we start our move here, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back to here. Yeah, so I can do it in 6. So I could do it right away. I could carbon clone this, that gives me 4. And then this one, 5, 6. Do I want to buy anything first? I mean, that's the other thing. I could do this. I could do this. For 3 blue, discard this, grab Hologate. Then I could carbon clone Hologate. Now, the reason why this is important is that will give me the whole 6 I need. The reason why that's important is upgrading on gold is not normally a prerogative, but because we're playing 2.0, we've got another gold cycle to go. So actually, this does help me. All right, so 6, I can do what I just said, right? So I need to do a move action, go through 3 other, I've got a start and end here with my ghost, that's fine. I've got to go through 3 other 6s, which is those 3. So I'm going to go 1. The blue installation lets me teleport anywhere. 1 movement, 2, 3. I've gone through there. 4. I've got a pathway which doesn't cost any movement. There's no pathway here, so that's 5. I've hit that one. 1 back, that's 6. And then I can use the pathway to end my turn back here. Done. Okay. If I do this while passing through space 6 on 3 other servers, put 1 blue from the network anywhere on this card. Let's grab this blue, place it here. Now I've still got a bit of work to do. So the goal is have at least 1 X on this card. So I've done the first part, but I've got 2 more parts. I need at least 1 blue program on each decker's entry space, and each avatar must be on their entry space. So we don't have this, and we don't have this. So I can move up there. But the problem is, of course, that's going to delete that. I mean, I've got a defender here, but then I'm leaving it to the luck of the dice. So I really want to get rid of this as well. So let's think. I've got quite a few commands left. So I can get back over. I can move in here using this. I could do a shift. Maybe push that one away. I don't like things surrounding my spaces because of Spider's effect. I suppose I could upload another yellow here. That wouldn't hurt. And then I can do my move. So for 2 move, I can move 1. Actually, what I'm thinking here is I could go, this is free because it's between blue spaces with blues. I could bring that one back. This is still free. Then I can use my second movement to do this. That's 2. And then I can move between these for free. So I can just keep doing that. And end my turn here, not triggering this alert. How does that feel? Okay, then I've used all my cards. And I've completed, have at least 1 blue on my entry space. Each avatar must be on the entry space. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I could have upgraded to Microbonics, but I think it was better that I got all this stuff rearranged. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Okay. Wow, this is quite a puzzle. Spider 2.0 does certainly add to the difficulty. Turns Spider into a much tougher opponent now. Okay, that's the end. I can't draw. Nothing to restock. SMC attack. I don't think there's anything anywhere. No, these are not surrounding. This one's okay. These are okay. Yeah, these are okay. These are all okay. They're not surrounded. Yeah, we're just about holding on. So, resolve objective. We have completed Flash Flood successfully. This goes back to the supply. This is success. There goes a Flash Flood and barely got our feet wet. That was an amazing move. Congratulations. Are you playing against an upgraded SMC? Then continue with the final gold cycle. Okay, so we are now facing Mother's Ghost Tempest. First though, let's do the refresh phase. I think I will clear these. Although Microbonics is nice, I'm just going to try it and see if anything more aggressive comes out. Yeah, Emit MP is good. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Although Sonic Scatter is quite nice. That might be able to help me. You never know. And Ginger Cool is a nice saver. It lets you change the face of a die roll. So if this does hit the wrong server, then we could influence it. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to lose my porch, which is a shame. I mean, I do have cards that can save it. Magnetic Pulse could have saved it and pulled it away, because installations are static, right? So Magnetic Pulse is one way you can move one. There's also the Ping Nexus that I could have broken this up into 3 blues, moved them away, and then rebuilt the installations. You can kind of go whoop, and then build it again. So that's nice. But no, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. Never mind. Never mind. Tempest is going to be quite tricky, but I do have a lot of red. I did go aggressive. Mother's Ghost is this token. Is going to have a health of 4 times the number of deckers plus 4. So it's going to be 4 plus 4. That's 8 for us. 12 in 2 player, 16 in 3 player, and so on. So this is going to have a health of 8. So I've got to knock it down for 8 using infect action, which means I need a lot of red to do that. I've got 3 reds here, so if they hit purple, at least I've only lost 1 red. This is one reason why I clumped them up. The other thing, ideally, I would have built them into an installation, because then they're safe from these white things, these white sparks. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But this is our climax. As soon as this is an early termination goal. So remove Mother's Ghost, and we immediately flip this over. Okay, to success. Well, we've got 3 turns to do this. Her health will carry over, so we don't have to hit her, all in one go. So if she starts with health 8, if we maybe only do 2 damage, we'll take her down to 6. But if she damages us, she actually sucks health out of us. So if we do an infect action and like lose by 2, then her health will jump from 8 to 10. Okay, so we've got to be clear that when we do it, we don't want to increase the health. We want to knock her health down. All right, let's draw our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and see what we're starting off with. Okay, Reset Spark, Hologate, Decrypt, a Black Hat, and a Deception Spike. Not great, but this is possibly a card I can carry over. But I want to deal with this as quickly as possible, okay? Because every time Spider is adding more sparks, and we could immediately lose the game. There's only 3 left in here. So yeah, we've got to be quick if we can. So not a great starting hand. Okay, Intel phase is when we do the setup here. So place the Mother's Ghost token on the active Decker's space. This token acts like a White Guardian. A White Guardian will remove everything from its space and kick out the avatar. This token acts like a White Guardian and can only be removed by decreasing her health to 0. Okay, so Mother's Ghost comes in here, deletes these 2, so those are gone. But not just that, our avatar's kicked out. And when our avatar's kicked out, we have to roll the dice. And this will send us to a random location, and I hope not too far away. But my first turn might be about trying to get back, and also trying to put 3 more sparks back in the supply. Right, blue 4. Not great, but there it is. We're not too far away. I want it to be near here, really. Yeah, not great. Let's see what we can do. There's no start of turn effects. The market's not great, is it? No. Okay, let's see what happens. So they're going to add 3 new white. Remember, this is a gold phase, so 2.0 says place them all as. So Spider says during gold, we add 3. The upgrade says add them as white. So this is just another gold phase. Let's see where they go. Blue. Ouch. Okay, so they're going to go where there's the fewest, which is actually here, here, and here. Now, that wasn't too bad. Except they're a long way from my stuff. So unless I can kill these straight away, I might be in trouble. Yeah, this doesn't look pretty. Now, as it goes, there is an easy way, and this is always the way with Spider, to get 3 sparks in the supply for next turn, to give myself another turn, and that's to just use a quick shift here. So if I shift that in there, that creates a Guardian. I've got 3 Guardians left in the supply, so I've got a little bit of leeway here. And that's a White Guardian, because one of these was a white spark. Now I've got 3. Right, that's enough for next turn. That's all I need to care about at this point. Now if I wanted to, I could do it again, and that would buy me another turn. I'm thinking I might just do it and get 6 sparks, and then I don't have to worry about this again. Let's do it. But I do have to worry about Guardians. I mean, yellow is potentially a problem. But there we go. We've got 6 in there. That gives me 2 more turns of sparks. I just have to worry about Guardians now. So there is potentially a problem. As it goes, I can use Hologate. Relocate my avatar plus any number of programs or sparks to any other space on the network. So let's Hologate over here. In fact, I'm going to Hologate here. And I'm going to save this red card. I'm going to use Decrypt for 2 move. I can't move into this space. White Guardians, which is what Mother's Ghost is acting like, prevent your avatar moving in there. Okay, so I can't move in here. However, it doesn't stop my ghost. So if my 2 move, I'm at a green installation. I'm going to move. I'm going to ghost here. In fact, no. I'm going to ghost here and move across here like this. 1, Is that the right thing to do? 1, 2, yeah, is that the right thing to do? I think so. All right, a little bit dangerous. I'm going to save this card. Let's draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got lots of purple. I've got carbon clone. I mean, this could be the turn. Let's see. I don't think it's enough. Okay. What's Spider going to do? Oops. They've gone for purple. That's not helpful. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So they're going to come on space 1. Space 2. I'm going to have them take the blue down. And then this is acting like a white guardian, so they're not going here, here, or here. Remember, they want to spawn when there's no guardians. And the lowest space with the fewest sparks. There's one here, one here, one here. They're going back here again. The third one. Okay. Let's think. If I did do a ghost move right now with this one, bring these 3 in here. Remember, she's acting like a white guardian. Guardians have an effect value of 4. She's got +1 from these adjacent ones, so that's 6, plus the die roll. So she's on 6. I would be on 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 6 versus 14. So I'd definitely win if I just threw in my whole hand. That's 8 difference. It could come down to the dice. The other option is I wait again. I mean, I can't get more than this in my red, can I? I think this is probably as good as I can get. I mean, I could get this, that's an extra 1. I could put a red installation, that'll give me +1. A red installation adjacent is +1. I could knock these out, that'll reduce her by 1. Having these guardians here in hindsight is not great. I mean, I can do infiltrate for 2 red and by emit EMP. I mean, it's still 2 red, but as part of an effect, it lets me remove maybe a couple adjacent just in case I don't hit completely. I can also do DNI reboot and reveal to refresh. Do I want to keep Ginger cool? I don't think so. I mean, I could just refresh everything. Let's do that, just in case anything more red comes out. 1, 2, wow, 3, 4, yes, wow, okay. And Console Cowboy has an effect that says remove a guardian from my space. So, but although this is acting like a guardian, this does say I can't delete it. I cannot be removed. I can't do it other than by decreasing its health. Remember, its health is currently 8. I could be really sneaky here. And just wonder if I could buy Console Cowboy with these 2. So throw away Black Hat, discard DNI reboot, buy Console Cowboy, which gives me 4 purple. Right, it costs 3 purple. Now I can ghost my action in here. And the ghosts are not affected by guardians. I could carbon clone Console Cowboy. That's 8 purple. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 versus 4, 5, 6. 16 versus 6 gives me +10. 16 versus 6. Let's do it. We're going all in. We're going all in, people. Come on. This is the climax. So we've definitely won. I mean, there's no way. Unless we roll terribly badly, we should be able to do a big hit. 16 versus 6. Oh, 16. We're on 20. They're on 12. That's 8 difference. That's 8 damage. Yes, we've done it. Wow, that was close. That was close. I mean, if we hadn't, we could have just knocked her health down a little bit. Drawn up next time. Yeah, we had a little bit more red. Oh, it wouldn't have been easy. There's lots of blue in here. We've got lots of purple. We might have done it. I'm sure we would have done it. Wow. When I saw that 6, I thought, no. So let's just do a double check. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was Spence. Plus carbon clone 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Versus 6 plus 4 here, 10 plus 1 here, plus 1 here, 11, 12. 20 minus 12 is 8. She's got 8 health. Bang. Yes. We've done it. We have done it. We've defeated Mother's Ghost Tempest. Beautiful. Beautiful. Success. Congratulations, Deckers. You've successfully hacked the SMC's network and completed your mission. Mother has temporarily bugged out, so Ground Ops are grabbing the opportunity to liberate a few more of Sapporo's citizens. Yeah, by taking down Mother, we've managed to disable Mother from controlling Sapporo's citizens through their neural implants. You jack out of the network, and the fluorescence of the Susukino bar where you were rigged slowly emerges back into your consciousness as a backdrop to your tag team, cheering as they disconnect your DNI and slap you on the back. Great job. Victory tastes sweet. And that's our victory, folks, and that is Deckers. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching as much as I've enjoyed playing and showing you the game that's coming at Essenspiel 2025.